Hello बच्चों, today we are going to start queue, which is just opposite to the stack. In stack we follow last in first out principle, but in queue we follow first in first out. That means FIFO structure. FIFO means the one who entered first will be the one who will exit first. The first one will be the first one to exit. So this is how the queue works on. We can take an example of the queue outside the billing counter or queue outside the ticket booking counter. You can see there the person who came first will be the first person to get the ticket. So this is the principle of queue. So let's start with the queue today. So as I told you that the principle of queue is based on FIFO, that is first in first out, but for the stack it was last in first out, that was LIFO structure, and our queue is a FIFO structure. Now we have to think it that there are two endpoints. We can compare queue with the stack. In the stack there was only one opening from where you can add and from where you can take things out. There was only one opening, but in queue, because it is a FIFO structure, so there are two openings. Both ends are open, but one end is for entry and second end is for exit. You can see in this picture, suppose this is a queue of people. The first person is here, that means he is the one who will get exit first. That means if you want to delete anything from the queue, that will be deleted from which end? From front end. That end is called front end or head end, from where you can delete data. And this another end where you can add new element is called rear end or tail end. Tail is the ending of the queue. जहाँ पे क्यू ख़त्म होगी वहीं पे नया बंदा खड़ा हो सकता है आगे. सो दिस इज़ द प्रिंसिपल विच इज़ फॉलोड बाय द क्यू. सो इट मेंटेन्स टू indexes here, front and rear. Whenever you want to delete something, you will work on front, and you want to add something, you will work on rear. So here two operations are maintained by queue. One is insert operation, second is delete operation. As the name itself says, insert means you want to add something new, and that element is going to be added on the rear end, right? Always insertion happens at rear end, and always deletion happens on front end. I can show it again to you. The element which is going to be deleted is the front end, and the point where you will add a new element is your rear end. So suppose this is my queue of elements. These are the elements of the queue. So it will maintain two ends, rear and front. Deletion will happen on front and addition will happen on rear. New element can be added at rear end, and this operation is also known as NQ operation. If you delete something from the queue, you will delete it from the front end, and this operation is called DQ operation. Now let's understand the algorithm which is followed by all the programming languages. The first, we have to check whether your queue is empty or not. So for that, -1 index is to be checked. If both rear and front are pointing to -1, that means it is empty and you want to add something. So you have to increment the pointer. Which pointer? For addition you need rear, so rear will be incremented at the time of addition. And if you want to delete something, that time front pointer will be decremented. Here you can see add new element. This is addition. Insert operation is happening. That means take new element from the user and increment your rear. Rear is incremented and added the element at that particular point. So this is the corresponding flowchart for our insert function. Have a look over it. Similarly, deletion will happen at front end. फ्रंट मीन जो सबसे आगे खड़ा होगा क्यू में वही सबसे पहले डिलीट होगा, इसलिए उसको नाम दिया गया है फ्रंट एंड. सो फ्रंट पे ही डिलीशन होगी ऑलवेज. इट इज द हेड ऑफ द queue. So let's understand the algorithm here. We are checking only the front pointer here. If the front is -1, that means your queue does not contain any element, it is empty. You have to show that message. Otherwise you will take element from this particular front location and display it. Then you have to move your front pointer by 1. So this is how deletion happens, and this is the corresponding flow chart for it. I will use list as I did for stack, because list implementation is in your syllabus, so will not follow that algorithm which I just showed to you. This algorithm we are not going to follow. We will use directly list, and will use predefined functions of that list to implement queue. So for list implementation, to create a queue, I have written functions for insert, delete and traversal. So let's understand them one by one. Let's check first insert. Insert is similar as we did in stack. Append function is to be used. Append an element at the end of the list. So this is your insert operation. Now delete will there is a little change in pop operation. We used pop without any argument because we wanted to delete always the last element, but in this case we want to delete the first element all the time. So we have to write the index 0 at the time of deletion in the queue. So this is the small change in queue, otherwise the whole thing will remain same. The whole code is similar to the stack. Now traversal means you want to view all the elements from front to rear. So we will start from front, that is 0th element, to the last element, that is length of the queue, that is the last element. So let's start practical and write this code on it. I have opened the code which I used for stack, and I am going to make changes in this code only to create queue, because there will be a minor changes and your queue will be ready. First of all, I am changing the name of my list. I am taking the name queue to make it more relevant, because I am creating a queue, so I have taken the name queue here. Then I have created an infinite loop. Why infinite loop? Because I want to keep on asking the user what option he wants to choose. So I am removing push pop, because push pop terminologies is used with stack, not with queue. So with queue I will write insert and delete, or you can use NQ or DQ. NQ is insertion, DQ is deletion. So I am using insert and delete, and last one is traverse. Traverse is to display all the elements. Now if the choice is one choice means I want to insert an element, so code will not change, code will remain same as we did in stack. Take an element from the user and append it onto the queue. Now just change the name of your list, because I have changed the list name, that is queue. So you have to write queue.append. If the now second option says you want to delete an element from the queue. So same we did for stack, you have to check whether the queue is empty. Empty condition must be checked. If it is empty, then write empty queue here. Your queue is empty. Otherwise you have to pop 0th element this time, not the end element, and write the list name, that is queue. Then from popped element I am going to write deleted element, because pop word is used with stack. We will not use pop with queues. So wherever I have written pop, I am removing it. This is the function, it is a list function pop, so I have to write this. Or you can use del function, a del keyword also for deleting 0th element, for which you can use like this. I am writing it also, del q0. This code can be used for deleting 0th element, but I think this is appropriate here because I am receiving an element, deleted element here. Now third option is traversal. Now for traversal I have to make change in the for loop because I don't want to traverse in the reverse order, because stack was to be reversed and queue will give me the correct order. So I will use only length of my queue. That means I am going to read from 0th element, because I have used range function, so it will start from 0 till the length of the queue minus 1. So that will be my last element. I am changing name throughout. So this is the only changes I have to make, otherwise your code will remain same. Queue is ready now, so let's run it. First choice means I want to insert an element, so my element is 24. Then again I am inserting an element 36. Again I am inserting an element 60. So I have inserted 3 elements, 24, 36 and 60. Now let's traverse it by choosing an option 3. So this is the queue element in the same order in which I inserted the elements. Now let's delete one element. So I chose option 2. 24 is deleted. 24 was the first element, so it is going to be deleted. Now again I want to traverse. So see, 2 elements are left, 36 and 60 here. So this is how your queue is implemented using list. I have made only a change in your pop function where I have wrote 0 index, and while traversing I have to change the for loop. That's all. So this will complete the queue program, and the question will be based on creating a queue of numbers or names or billing details. So you have to create queue with this code. Practice it, and I'll provide you some questions based on queue implementation using list. Thank you.